Hi everyone. Partners today are building some of the most differentiated AI solutions, combining powerful platforms with deep industry expertise. However, the real question is, how do we go from great bespoke work to repeatable, scalable customer impact? Today, we're joined by Cherie Gartner from KPMG to talk about how they're building AI solutions with Microsoft, packaging them for the marketplace, and scaling through co-sell. Let's start with what problem are you solving, and why is AI the unlock right now?
AI is the unlock right now when you look at Copilots, Agent 365, and the overall platform. And organizations are truly looking at how can they scale enterprise AI across the platform. And it's not about the technology itself. It's really grounded with the data, trust, or the data readiness, trust, and the governance to scale.
And Cherie, how does that manifest itself for you at KPMG? Tell us a little bit about how KPMG itself is using AI and then how you're transforming that out to the customer.
Yes, so it's a really good question because we are at KPMG scaling it not only for ourselves by looking at Client Zero, but really how do we bring that into the marketplace that's built on Microsoft tooling. So whether that's Azure AI, whether it's Copilot, Agent 365, or across the board, we're actually embedding that in our KPMG workbench to really differentiate our agentic capabilities and then bringing that into market.
Let's dig in on that a little bit, because at the moment AI appears to be AI. Same large language models, same interfaces in many ways. You touched on differentiation. KPMG's industry knowledge, I would imagine, would be one, so that might be a good thing to dig in on. But anything else that you are using yourselves to set yourself apart, in addition to that industry knowledge?
Yes, so I think when you think about KPMG and the trusted brand that we have and the risk, the compliance, and the governance, when we look at the sector focus where we are building our capabilities and with our tooling built on Microsoft, whether that's with our digital gateway platform, our audit KPMG Clara platform, we embed that with our domain expertise that's built on the Azure platform, and we are looking at that with the agentic capabilities that Microsoft provides, and then we're looking at that scale.
I think what you're doing manifests itself very well into the trust and intelligence that we're talking about a lot. If customers and other partners and Microsoft people around the world think about what KPMG brings, you can manifest it into those two words, trust and intelligence. So it's a great alignment, a great partnership. Tell me a little bit about how you're actually packaging those solutions up, how you're making them sort of like easy to find for your customers, easy to deploy, consume, and what's the role of the marketplace in all of that?
Right. The role of the marketplace is really, really critical because you want to make sure that we are packaging our solution areas that are built on Microsoft that are easy to deploy, easy to scale, and easy to find. And the marketplace serves as that one central point to be able to host and have our repeatable solutions that are packaged. And the whole point of this is really to look at how do we drive an integrated agent deployed area focus through the solutions that we're bringing into the market. And we can put that then on the marketplace to make it accessible.
And is there, with KPMG, obviously there's a combination of not only building that agentic future that you mentioned, but the services wrappers and the solutions that you bring to market as well today. And you can take all of those through the marketplace?
Right. We can take them through the marketplace, and obviously you have a very rigorous process to be able to have it on the marketplace itself with the criteria that's required. I think that from a KPMG standpoint, we have the private offerings versus the transactable offerings just because we're an audit organization. But again, making it readily available on the marketplace as a launch partner of Agent 365, for example, and others, we make this available there.
I love that answer, and I love you touched on the private offer scenario as well. So the marketplace is really evolving in so many different ways to meet not just your business needs, but also the needs of our customers as well. So when I think about co-selling, and I think about the alignment with a very large and very robust enterprise sales organization at Microsoft, talk to me a little bit about the interactions that you have, the relationships that you've built, and what works well for KPMG when you're co-selling with Microsoft in the field.
So co-selling with Microsoft in the field is going to come down to some fundamental areas. One is trust. Two is differentiation on what we bring from a sector and a domain experience. And 3, it's going to come down to those proof points. So again, where have we done it before for ourselves? And we take our client zero story that then allows us to be more market ready as we work across the sales team. So a co-sell motion is absolutely critical when we look at the level of collaboration, but we have to make it stick and ensure that from your side and our side, that what we bring into the marketplace together really drives that joint differentiation and that value. And we have to, everything that we do must be with business outcomes orientated.
So Cherie, as we think about co-sell, let's turn it through the lens of the client, or the customer in my terminology, but client for you. Like, what do you see the client getting from the ability of us to be really tight in that co-sell motion?
I think, Stephen, now with the technology advancements and the level of innovation and so much coming and available in the marketplace, clients or customers are really looking for that joint value. How do we work together? How are we both putting skin in the game to make sure that we show up together with the technology and also the domain or sector industry expertise to be able to really anchor to the client's problems, to address them with the solutions and the outcomes that we're both going to mutually provide. So when you look at forward deployed engineers, or you look at the industry solution engineers and teams, showing up together really helps to give greater confidence and conviction around how we are working together to serve that client or customer. And I think now with so many different things happening at once, it's super important for us to demonstrate and show that trust and also that joint commitment.
I think that's awesome. And you know, the thing that I was thinking as you were answering that question, it's really the synergy of Microsoft and KPMG coming together. That's the customer benefit at the end of the day. You listed so many things that I won't repeat, but that's actually really at the heart of what the customer gets from that co-sell motion, so thank you. Great solutions are only part of the story. How you package, sell, and scale them is what really drives that impact. Cherie, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate the input and really appreciate the partnership. Thank you,
Stephen.